Uh, oh my, what a beautiful day to be alive, huh? I have a lot of ponderances this morning, so I'm going to do my best to sort through them. I wanted to talk about alcohol, for one, because I was an alcoholic. It took me a long, long time to admit it. I lived in denial because I was a happy drunk. I could maintain myself for the most part. And, I wasn't mean and I wouldn't get all goofy and angry and break shit up. I mean, so I was a maintenance drunk, just went along about my way. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I did quit drinking. I quit drinking a couple of years ago. I feel confident that I've completed that. I just don't have any interest in it anymore. And I've learned I can't ever just have one drink. So I've put that into the forefront of all things that when it comes to cigarettes and when it comes to alcohol, I know that I can't just have one and walk away from it. I'll want another and another and another, and I'll end up doing that again. So the best offense, for me right now is to hold a good defense and don't let any of it in. And so people ask about alcohol in urine therapy a lot. And so the alcohol has like weird effects on your body, let's face it. It has effects on your mind. It has effects on your organs, your liver. It can cause all sorts of chaos in the body and outside of the body as well. Now, I drank a lot of vodka, a lot of juice. Now, these are totally acidic in the body, and they go in, and then when you eat with mix it with food and all that, there's greater fermentation, and this is where all of this ossification and calcification start to really occur in a big way. And so I didn't have any health insurance. So for a long time, I just turned to alcohol as my painkiller, and I turned to cigarettes as my relaxer, to relax. But little did I realize that both of these were causing extreme hardships in and on my body. And I didn't recognize it. So it took me a long time. It actually took me to going vegan before I finally quit drinking and smoking. And then it has further gone with my urine therapy. I really have made more decisions and keep changing up more things, like, attempting to walk away completely from cooked food. And I'm getting better, I'm getting closer. I also am focused more on just being a fruitarian to get more control of my consumptions. And it makes a big difference. The urine therapy just makes a huge difference. Now, I understand that you can do urine therapy no matter what. You could be on medication, you can be on heroin, you can be an alcoholic. One way or the other, when the pee comes out, it has nutrients that serve you. And so by doing it, it is going to help you with your body. But to continue alcohol, the effects it has in our thinking process and our behavioral process, well, I don't know. That's still, the jury's out on that. That's real questionable stuff there. And, I deal with it on a different level anymore because now I can see in others, I can recognize myself where I couldn't recognize myself before because my mirror was blurred. My vision was blurred. And so now I have a lot different reaction and a lot different a level of patience when it comes to dealing with others that might be affected by alcohol. And so I do exercise as much discernment as I possibly can with regards to that because it can be really disturbing. The things that people do and say when they're really at effect of alcohol um, can be really upsetting to individuals and to groups at large. And I've seen it and I know it because I've created it and I've caused it myself. So it's a tough issue. It is. It won't interfere with your urine therapy in the sense that it will mess up your urine. It's not the best choice. It's not. But you can do urine therapy regardless. Whatever you're ingesting, you do urine therapy. If urine therapy wasn't working, here's the truth: if there was poison in your urine, if there any of that was going on, you'd already be dead because it's running in your blood. So know that. It is sterile. It is okay. It is okay to drink it, but um, you have to look at your behaviors though, and what happens to the person that is drinking, and especially with excess, because it interferes with our judgment, even though we think we're Superman and we think we can get past it and over that. And I lived in that denial for a long time. And it wasn't until I got really sober that I really started to look at that in a serious way. It took me quite a while. So I attribute all of this to my urine therapy, that it has totally changed my way of thinking, the way I address myself, the way I take care of myself, and the way I look at others and address others and treat others and encourage others, because I really just want to uh, I want to help people, and I can't help those who can't help themselves. That's not possible. But there is a point where I wonder, well, what's the point? Is anybody getting any of this? And based on feedback, it apparently that there is people getting this. So anyway, I had some things going on yesterday in the Facebook world where it got a little goofy for a minute, and I don't know what was motivating all of it. But I was being basically attacked for I was being accused of hijacking all of the urine therapy sites with my messaging, with my posts. And then there was somebody else that chipped in and said, yeah, he's got nothing but useless information, but some people like it. And I don't know what the value of any of that is, but I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to look at everything. So I just find it curious because, look, I didn't plan on all this. It's evolved, and mostly it keeps evolving because there's a constant growth. I get constant feedback. I get new subscribers, and there's literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of views a day. So I keep looking at it and I go, well, somebody's watching these, and people are giving me positive feedback on them, and except the ones that aren't. And so I don't know what to do with that exactly. You know, it's a quandary. And so I'm just being with it right now. That's all. And, um, anybody's got any input or feedback, I certainly welcome it. But I don't see the need in being mean, or derogatory, or attacking, quite frankly. It's a little insulting, and, I'm a big boy, I'm humbled, but, at the same time, I'm just out there with the intent to spread love around. That's my intent. And this is the means I do it with. These are the means I have available to me, and these are what I consider my gifts that I share. So, um, with that all in mind, if people don't like what I'm doing or saying, then just block me, or unfriend me, or don't subscribe. I mean, what's the point? If you're gonna watch me and then bitch about me and accuse me of all sorts of things, what does that say about you more than me? I mean, I'm just asking to take a look at that. So, um, I wrote a piece that kind of reflects some of this. It's called "I Will Sustain." So let's see how this works. What motivates disdain in someone's view to resort to insults aimed at you? How does that serve the higher good when you show up and do the best you could? Is it really you, or possibly them, that creates this grief again and again? Am I so blind that I can't see that not everyone is happy from drinking their pee? Endless depression from self-abuse changed for me when I changed my juice. Alcohol, who I called my friend, sabotaged me until the end. So with grace and patience, I will sustain by finding love in others' pain. And that's all I'm attempting to do. I'm just doing the best I can. I'm not doing this for any other reason except to keep improving my own life, and I hope to reach other people and normalize this. I'm not attempting to make it out to be anything than what it is. It's a natural, healthy choice, and it helps heal the body and the mind, and it opens up hearts. So, with all of that, I think it's a miracle. And so that's all I want to share is the miracle and what I think of that. So, um, for all you people that support and watch and appreciate what I do, I thank you. And if what I'm doing and saying and being isn't working for you, then don't watch. Just block me or unplug, or something. Because we're all in this together. This isn't an us against them. We're pulling on this together. So anyway, with all that being said, I do love you, and I hope that you have a beautiful, wonderful, marvelous day, and keep your peace together. And boom, you just been loved. Ha ha. Try that on for size. Bye now.